Also new for you tonight at 5, Nathan Carman is seeking freedom. The federal government charged the 28-year-old with killing his mom and is accusing him of murdering his grandfather. But Carman said he is innocent. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matthew Campbell is joining us right now in the studio. Matthew, the defense here is, how are they going about trying to prove this?
Well, Mark, the federal government has painted Carman as a killer who is capable of doing it again, and that's why they pushed for him to be detained, and he has been held since May 11th. But tonight, we're learning more about the bond he had with his grandfather and mother and what he's been up to since their deaths.
Not guilty.
The last time we saw Nathan Carman, he was walking into a federal court in Vermont proclaiming his innocence. For the last 57 days, he's been held at a detention center. On Wednesday, his lawyers made the case to release him, and while doing so, they gave us a preview of what their defense may look like. Carman is accused of killing his grandfather, John Shakalos, in 2013. For the first time, we're learning just how close the two were. According to court documents, after graduating high school, Nathan moved into a high-end apartment that Shakalos paid for. His grandfather bought him a truck and gave him a credit card. In addition to that, Shakalos, a land developer, would bring Nathan to business meetings with the intention of, quote, putting Nathan in charge of several upcoming projects and of one day handing the company over to him. Carman's lawyers argue with the death of Mr. Shakalos, Mr. Carman lost his closest family member, best friend, nearly limitless financial support, and a fast track to an important position in his grandfather's company. Mr. Carman had little to gain and much more to lose with his grandfather's death. Carman is charged with murdering his mother, Linda Carman, in 2016 during a deep-sea fishing expedition. The federal government says money was the motive, but Carman's lawyers argue, quote, to this day, Mr. Carman has not received any financial gain from her death, nor has he sought to profit from her death or to declare her dead. Prior to this year, Carman was never officially charged, and for the last 8 years, his lawyers say Carman has been living a quiet life in Vermont, going to town halls, the Vernon Advent Christian Church, while also making friends. Pastors Bruce Burks and Derek Irvine wrote this, quote, we were impressed by his intelligence displayed in our discussions. We never felt any threat from him or to us or our congregation.
Now, Carman's lawyers are willing to surrender some freedoms in exchange for his release. They say Carman will turn in his passport, have electronic monitoring, and turn over $10,000 in cash. They say that is all the money he has. Live here in studio, Matthew Campbell, Channel 13 News.